Good evening, dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
So welcome, everyone, to Undetermined, the podcast. We've got a very special guest with us this afternoon. You want to introduce yourself, Luke?
Yeah. I'm Luke Long from West Plains, Missouri. Born and bred Ozarkian, and I play bass in Ha Ha Tonka.
Yeah, we're big fans.
We are.
Oh, thank you, boys.
Yeah, and we actually happen to be from also West Plains.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, so thought we'd use that connection to kind of lure you out.
And speaking of beautiful spots,
I
think you should talk about this.
We've got a scenic overlook. Scenic overlook of the North Fork River.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, deep in the heart of the Ozarks.
We could post some shots.
Yeah, we can do
We
that.
should.
Do that.
We
We'll
haven't
see.
done the thing going to video yet, and I don't feel nice.
So this is our first in-person guest.
Well, I tell you what, that's also a bad part about the Ozarks. I got no fucking Wi-Fi, man. I got in my house. I don't live in the city limits, so Fidelity hasn't made it out there. So technically it wasn't working.
To be sure, we want to clarify: you're a married man. Fidelity is strictly speaking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of internet.
Yeah.
Right. Just wanted to make sure.
Right.
Don't want to get you in trouble, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm there for you.
Thank you.
All right.
So yeah, Luke talked to us here a while back and was willing to do the podcast. Wanted to come on with us, but then I realized the best way to do that was just to all meet together in West Plains at some point in time. And there's some kind of sad circumstances, but we won't go into that. But we made it happen. We're all down here on the river together.
Having a nice time. It's a
nice time.
little overcast. We might hear some thunder coming down here in a minute.
Yeah, 4th of July weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Or week.
So yeah.
So what's going on in your life, Luke? What are you doing this week?
Well, I guess my big project that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Is I've been working on a still.
Yeah.
Looking forward to making my own shine, my own spirits. Got some mashes going right now. Some corn syrup mashes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what do you got coming out right now? I mean, as far as what batches you got?
So it's just going to be this initial. I mean, just got it set up. My buddy Sam Miller made a keg out of a 55-gallon just regular beer keg, and then put the copper flute on it and downspout. And he brought that over, so we've been playing with that. And then I just getting ready to order another like R&D still that can do vodkas and gins and like a little more flexibility to it.
Yeah.
You got a mark on your arm there.
Yeah, I do. I didn't realize. I'd had a few when I did that. I was reaching down into the cooling pot trying to get that down copper. So it has to flow down, because if there's any stops there, that will make that tub that's getting hot, it'll start shaking. And then that's where you get your explosions. So this is a pretty makeshift situation here. So it was getting a little shaky, so I was trying to reach down into this big drum of water where this copper coil is and shake the bottom, and I didn't realize that it was that bad. That's been a few weeks. But,
so the coil was not cool.
The coil was not cool. Yeah. It was a cooling pot, and it needed it.
Yeah. Rough.
Yeah.
You got any plans for any like funky flavors or anything? Artisan or anything?
I mean, like some spicy pear. I think some spicy pear shine. Thinking about making some potato vodka. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I'm just now getting my toes wet. So
okay.
I
didn't know if it was something you'd stepped up from doing a little bit before or something like that.
I'm just a virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
Going for it.
Nice. We applaud that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing much the same right now with the podcast here. So
yeah, just
jump in there and do it. And that's
see what happens.
Yeah. And to say, you guys got some experience in some success with doing that. As a band.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not trained musicians by any means. We're just we're wanting free booze and attention from girls in college.
There you go.
Yeah,
You found it, sounds like.
we did. Yeah, it was good. Both those things are fun.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's exciting to have somebody from, our hometown to have that kind of a success. I get excited about it, and I'm going to be, honest, I held off on checking you guys out for a while because I didn't want to be disappointed. If that makes sense.
That does, yeah. Well, okay, yeah.
Because I was just that's my home, man. If I don't like it, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And so I held off, and I wish I hadn't now because you guys are awesome.
That's cool. Well, thank you.
That's sincere.
Thank you.
Yes.
We try, we try, so it's that. I appreciate that.
Great stuff. So what's going on in just working in the studio right now?
Yeah, at Band World, we're at the back end of the last album cycle, so we just now started writing again.
Okay.
And I'm feeling good about it.
Right.
I am. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How's the writing process work for you guys?
So typically somebody will have a snippet of an idea, and they'll generally Brian, he's the lead singer. He'll have maybe 10-15 seconds of an idea that he'll share with us, and then we'll just jam on it whenever we get together, and then you kind of know. You know what's working, or everybody knows what's working. Mm-hmm. So we just kind of flesh it out, just kind of continually jam on an idea until something clicks. Maybe the drum pattern or guitar lick or something clicks. Like, oh, that's where the focus needs to be, and then we'll kind of start fucking with that. And
starts off as kind of a melody for you most of the time, though.
It's
melody or
just rudimentary lyrical ideas, and just a melody, I guess.
Yeah. That's how we. Well, I was in a band a long time ago. That's a lot how we did it. I mean, a lot of people do it a lot of different ways. Yep.
So, at what point I wonder this about a lot of artists. At what point did you know, man, maybe we got something here?
Man, I think probably when we got signed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can't recall anything before that where I was confident that we had anything. But whenever we got signed to Bloodshot Records in Chicago, it was something you take home to the folks and be like, hey,
right.
Hey, that I am doing something. I'm not a total waste out here.
Don't be too scared. Maybe there's
yeah.
Because I'm sure if you're a musical artist and your family's from West Plains, you're thinking,
well, I mean, and understandably so. The arts is, it's not for people that want money.
Right.
I hope you're really good at waiting tables, or whatever, however the hell you can pay the bills. And whenever I always think of guitar, Guitar Center, or whoever, they got all these beautiful guitars. They're not making their money on musicians. They're making money on
people
fucking doctors, or the wannabe that people that have straight jobs that are buying all this shit, and putting in their basement.
Yeah,
it's not the people, it's not the cats that are actually out there running around. Unless you are successful, then who cares? Then you got all the money in the world. So
right,
that's a pretty small percentage.
It is very small,
not a very deep bench. Yeah, and that had to. Well, yeah, I got to say too. I mean, breaking out of this area, not just. Well, I mean, there have been quite a few famous musicians come out of this area and through West Plains. A lot of them in country music. We were talking earlier about Porter Wagner and, just think
Jan Howard.
Of course, I was going through 8th Avenue Antiques today, looking through all the records, and there's a bunch of Jan Howard, a bunch of
right.
Wagner. I mean, but I think just breaking out of the Ozarks, too, in general, not just geographically, because we're out here.
Yeah, we are.
We're away from a lot. But, how was that? I mean, do you think that was going to be a pretty... I mean, I don't know. I'd be surprised at overcoming just kind of getting from the hills.
Getting out?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we didn't... I mean, so Brian and I, the lead singer, we've known each other since second grade.
Uh-huh.
We both went to Fairview School together.
Mm-hmm.
Both my parents taught there. His mother taught there.
Right.
And we played, we did sports together. We played, we dicked around with some guitars, but
right.
nothing nothing serious at all. And I was a crap guitar player. Crap. I mean, I could play like 3 Oasis tunes.
Yeah,
that was my whole catalog.
right.
So I didn't really start looking at music until seriously, or I don't know. Music wasn't a big part of my life until college. So we had already made the move to Springfield. So we were kind of like out of the small town a little bit,
right?
But still very, we lived with 4 guys and all of them were from West Plains. So it was still very much part of our life. But we'd kind of made that hop out of super small town world.
Right.
But it is funny how, like, those small communities, when they move into the big town, the members, they still stick together.
It's your crew.
Yeah, I kept in touch with West Plains people when I was in Springfield. John was in Springfield.
So you're telling me my story. I came out of here and moved in. I moved out of West Plains to an apartment, to a 1-room apartment. It's like a converted hotel room with 4 other dudes, and all those dudes were from West Plains. We crashed on the floor, basically on pallets, and went to jobs until we could get our own place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were all West Plains dudes. That's sure the place to put it, though. In the city.
That's kind of that progression point for West Plains people, I think, is Springfield. That's the
big
city.
It is the big city. It's the logical next step.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. And then, and then there's the world's your oyster, but...
right.
Yeah.
I went from there to Kansas City.
I did too.
So, yeah. Where'd you live in KC?
Midtown.
Yeah?
Off Armour.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on Warwick twice. Yep. So, yeah. Same neighborhood.
Yeah, Poncho's Burrito, baby.
Man. Yeah, I made John try those.
He did.
Those are, my dog ate one once. I left it sitting on the coffee table. I was so looking forward to getting it. Left the room because I needed a drink to go with it. And I came back and he just looked real happy and my burrito was gone.
That was the back end of that situation.
Oh, man.
That was a post-concert food.
Yep.
That you introduced me to.
Yep.
Right after,
That was Foo Fighters, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a Foo Fighters show.
Yep. So what did you guys listen to? Just kind of growing up. John and I have kind of talked about, like, we've done some episodes about just that process of, and it's probably a little bit different for you. You're a little younger than us. Of finding music.
You guys look great, though.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Baby
faces. Golden voices.
But like that process of discovering and finding music, like being in a small town, and it's not like exposed the way a lot of these other places are, and you have to work.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, you got to work
to find music.
And we weren't my household wasn't particularly musical, so my only exposure was my mom's favorite music is Christmas music. So Christmas that was always poning. But like late 80s, early 90s country radio was like a huge fan of that still. Also like 80s pop a lot. As far as whenever we started the band, like we listened to Oasis all the time.
Yeah,
that was initially a huge. Coldplay was also Yellow was hitting. Just like whatever was in the year 2000 was we were listening to it. So Jimmy Eat World, or like into those cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started out in radio. You'll actually know the stations I worked at for the most part.
Yeah.
Started out at KDY, of course, in West Plains before it was country.
Yeah.
Station.
Oh, that was big news when it turned over.
They got bought out, and then they kind of joined that whole family.
Yeah, Spinning Jackson. And
Yep.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Then moved from there. You might not remember the Planet in Springfield.
Channel
it was kind of like it became Channel Z.
Became Channel Z eventually.
Okay.
In like the late 90s, I think that kind of came around.
Well, I didn't make it to Springfield until
it
was kind of short.
It was kind of short lived, and then US 97. I was there for a few years. I know they're still around. So, and that was fun. I got to kind of live vicariously. I was never going to be the rock star. I was pretty sure. By God, I had a voice that sounded like it worked on the radio, and maybe I could get backstage to a few events.
Yeah.
And, people might think I was a little bit cool.
Yeah.
So.
my friends were bouncers at the Regency, so that's how I got into a lot of backstage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sneaking there for the shows.
There. Yep. $5 all you can drink.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday nights. $5 all you can drink wells.
Yeah, the Regency may have been gone by the time we got there.
That was still a thing. I think there were 4 weeknights that you could do that.
Yeah.
When I was there.
And insane.
I was on the square in Springfield, and walking around, and this guy and this kid came up to me. They both had bicycles. They're like, hey, do you want these bikes? I was like, I don't know, man. I'll tell you what,
I'm sure it was above board.
I gave him $3 and a half pack of Camel Lights, and I got them both. So I just left one, rode one back, and then I went back and got the other one. They were so cheap, I never locked them. Yeah. So I just, me and Brett, he's a guitar player in the band. So I would always have two bikes on Springfield campus. And I would see it. Oh shit! There's my bike. It was in the bushes. I'd grab it, and I'd ride it to my next class, and just throw it in the bush. Because who cares?
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we would use to go to those all you could drinks.
Yeah.
So you could wreck them. You just leave them out front of the bar. Who cares?
Throw
It doesn't
them in
matter.
George Creek or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to tell me, and then like a month later, I saw the same guy. He was going to tell me.
Yeah,
the same bikes.
I think Springfield campus eventually just confiscated those bikes. So like these,
right?
Whose piece of crap's this in this bush?
I went to Drury, and I had a bike that I kind of ended up sacrificing because I could never find the key to the lock. I had it chained to like.
Just stayed there forever.
It was just there, and then one day it was gone. And then I would look at it and be like, "That's my bike."
Yeah. Never gonna catch it.
Nope.
I'm not gonna go get anything to crack that chain with, so I guess.
Yeah, those 4 guys that I lived with in West Plains were right there. We lived at the Arbor, which was that little hotel, like an old motel that had been converted into a bar.
Where's that at in town?
So right across from where the Planet and Channel Z was, the radio station, but like right off the square.
Okay.
I mean, like.
It was just down from the Regency.
Just
like
off
if
the
you wanted
Regency.
to go, maybe just a little
down
bit
from
east
the
of the
mosque,
Regency,
just a little bit
north.
Yeah,
north of the Regency.
Yeah, just right before you hit the square. Basically, you walk across the street and hit right into the square. So that's what was dangerous for me. Yep.
You guys used to
walking distance, all you can drinks.
But that's safe though too.
It is. It is.
Trying to cram some Jimmy Johns and drive back.
They had their steak and shake scam going.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, we talked about it before. Like all the ways that we get like free food and stuff bumming around there, and we were kids, and I had a job, but I was the only one in my unit.
Job at yourself, time, whatever,
right? Paying for, but yeah. So like we'd go through or we'd go to Steak and Shake around like 12:30. The one on Glenstone. Like I said, I'm sure the statute of limitations is worn out on this a long time ago. I'm sorry if you've heard the story before, but then we'd go out there and we'd come through and be like, yeah, we just came through here for Pitt Enterprises or whatever and ordered our lunch. We are missing 2 cheeseburgers, 1 chocolate shake, a medium Coke, 3 small orders of fries. Oh, sorry about that, sir. And we'd walk up there, and I'd be wearing like a Nirvana t-shirt, like ripped up pants. Oh, you're here with Pitt Industries? Yeah, that's me.
Totally. Me and Brad.
Sorry. Oh, no problem. Just make sure you get it right next time. Or else we won't order from here again.
Pretty good.
Yeah. We talked about going like Waffle House when they did the all-you-could-eat there, too.
Oh, that was a brilliant thing.
Oh, my God, that was so great.
And dangerous.
It was just like you paid, like, what was it, $6? It was just they keep cooking you food. Just like, all night. And, of course, you'd figure out real quick and just wait till the waitress's back's turned and we would just fold up, like, cheeseburgers and napkins and shove them in their pockets. And,
that was good. Could I have another?
Yeah. About 6 burgers and 2 steaks gone. They start to suspect something, so you better pony up.
Your baggy pants are filling up.
Right.
Town treated me well. I should go back and pay that Steak and Shake someday. Now that I feel bad. I don't know.
I was in there two Thanksgivings ago.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy destroyed the bathroom. He walked in and threw up. He didn't even. I didn't go in. Yeah. I heard. It was too gnarly, but I heard from 3 different people. He walked in, tried to hit the sink, filled it up, and then tried to move to the toilet. Oh, no. So it was just a general leftward spray.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was.
Kids.
We were there for like 2 hours. Every time I walked by, my wife would order more chicken strips. Every time, any waitress, it didn't matter if she was ours. Chicken strips, chicken strips. Please. We were just slops magoo.
Oh my god! Kids, advice, kids.
Right.
If you go to throw up somewhere unintentionally, you got to commit to one spot.
You're not doing anybody a favor.
You're not doing anybody a favor by trying to move.
Some etiquette.
Trying to go somewhere. Maybe if you're near the car window, keep going that way. But I mean, if you're in the middle of a room and it hits you, you stay where you're at. And,
accept it.
Yeah, everything else is collateral damage. Don't.
It's so hard to remember that.
It is, because your automatic flight response. You want to almost get away from your own puke.
And you convince yourself you're done. Yeah. I got this.
Yep.
No,
I got this. Can stand up? No. Stay where you are.
All right.
Do not move. You've already made a mess right there. Contain it. Lessons for life.
Oh, the places we go.
Yeah.
So we were talking first shows earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about that.
Shared.
We did.
You mean like first show?
Yeah, we're kind of first concert. I've been to.
Yeah. So mine was 5th grade. Saw the Wingtips. It's a cappella group, and they do like 60s. Would that be like R? It wouldn't be R&B.
Kind of
like
doo-wop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a doo-wop. Yeah.
Why must I be a teenager? Yeah. Like all that sweet.
See, I could have made it as a doo-wopper.
You could have. You got that deep voice.
That just didn't work to be lead singer and like.
Wait, but there's that bass side of things. The bass.
Yeah, well now there's like the typo negative came out. I could do that.
There you go.
What's typo negative?
Oh my god, just like this goth group, like more like kind
Peter
of
Steele was like
what?
He was like, I don't know, 8'9".
Yeah, he was like a giant.
Like this massive man, and just by chance had this like really, really baritone voice and could do this. And that was his shtick, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know how good of a singer he really was. He was just a
monster
of a dude, and
sounded in so lots of ways. Yeah, he made Playgirl.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
He made Playgirl.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
God bless him.
Mm-hmm. He was blessed
and well played.
So
I would totally. I mean, 10 years ago, I'd totally be in Playboy or Playgirl. I mean, that's titties back then, but yeah. Come on, would you?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity, if you're single, who cares?
10 years ago, I was married.
Let that
I was
probably 15. Go back as far as you need to. Whenever the wife's not going to care.
Yeah. No.
I mean, what's the fucking Mustache? You know what I'm talking about? He just passed.
Mustache just passed.
Mustache just passed. Drove the Trans Am, Smoking the Bandit.
Oh, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
He was in Playgirl.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's got to be cool.
Yeah, he was one of those. That was the iconic one.
I don't think everybody's
remembering
the other guys, but he made it.
It's one they always joke about. Reclined on the sofa.
Yeah.
The velvet sofa shot.
Yep. Sexy.
Yep.
Sexy.
He did it. Okay, Bert, if it's good enough for Bert.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me.
I'm sure mom would be pleased.
So yes.
Yeah.
You never think about that.
No.
It's kind of sexist, where the moms are ashamed of their sons and play girl.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a double standard.
I mean, isn't it a weird thing about your mom seeing your wiener?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's not like she didn't see it at first.
Right.
Not lately.
Hopefully.
She's not wiping your poo-poo at this point.
Not recently.
Unless something has gone terribly wrong. So.
That's the hope.
So the Wingtips, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It was really good.
I saw them too. You're talking about it. They've got a little act, and they do like jokes and stuff in between. I think, and as they were doing the songs, course, I saw him probably back in 1990. What year did you see him? I think
it would have been
91. Yeah, probably saw him about 94, I think, 94, 95. So they're kind of a local thing. Where were they out of? Like,
I don't know where they were out of. I saw them in Thayer. Did I see that?
Yeah, in Thayer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if they were traveling through Thayer, I don't know. I have no idea where they're from.
Man, I'd look it up, but we don't have internet out here. So,
yeah.
Oh, well.
Nor do I.
What about your first, like, legit rock and roll show, though? Or country show? Or...
I mean, it's not very cool.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Hooting the Blowfish.
Yeah, that's an awesome
one
to say, man.
At the time.
I mean, they're relevant still at the time.
Yeah. At the time.
Darius has great voice. Yeah, they were monsters, yeah.
He's still around, man. He's still cranking out the hits,
dude,
man.
It's second coming, or, he's got a second wind.
Yeah. Yeah, Darius Rucker, I think he'd be a hard get, that's for sure.
Yeah, look at easily.
He would.
We played with let's see, some fucking band in Texas, and Hootie's guitar player was playing with them, and they were headlining, and we walked in, and he was like, he checking us up and down. He's like, oh, what's your name? Bag full of dicks? Yeah. I was like, fuck. Coming in hot, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. You almost have to.
These guys. Your name's a bag of dicks. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd almost think he's probably like bitter.
Oh no, I know he was making a joke. I mean, he's made his money. He can put his feet up. He doesn't care.
Yep.
He's just messing. Yeah.
Cry all the way to the bank.
Well, we've talked kind of about that some, like that feeling like, you kind of feel bad for some people, like they hit that peak and then nobody's interested anymore.
Yeah.
And they might be good.
Or something just gets radio saturation.
Right. Which they did. I mean, their first album.
Oh, yeah.
It got played so much. People were, they were. I saw it VH1 or whatever. Like they were calling, telling radio stations, please stop playing their stuff.
Yep, everybody gets burned out.
Yeah,
it's just like thinking of some of your favorite songs. Just like Perry Farrell was saying about plays like I can hardly play the Mountain Song anymore from Jane's Addiction. He's just like it's like an iconic song for everybody loves it. He's like, I've just heard it so many damn times it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
and it's hard to think about, but
I mean, on
there's a balance there.
There
is
a
delicate balance.
So what do you guys do to combat that? Do you ever have like those? I won't make you
we're so. I mean, I guess coming from
stop playing our music all the time.
Let me get to that problem first, and then we'll move on.
I guess I'm thinking more in a context of I have played this song every night for months in a row. I know this song frontward and backwards. I just need a break from it.
Yes, I mean, of course that happens. I don't think we have any monster anthems that people attach to that I don't still enjoy playing.
You have to worry about them crying out from the beginning of the show.
I mean, and also, I would hope that we're flexible enough that if somebody there is yelling something and I can hear him or anybody can hear him, fuck it, let's play. If we can remember how to do it, let's do it. If it's in the wheelhouse at all, because I don't know. I think you're still. You got to remember that you're still there. To entertain those folks that have showed up on a Thursday night wherever the hell you are to come out.
Right.
You got to make it worth it, or you got to give them the nod.
Yeah. So are you gigging too while you're recording stuff? Anything?
So we're doing like long weekend flying one-offs and for this summer, and then we'll do a string of dates in the fall.
Okay.
But so we'll just right now we're more in the writing vein of fleshing out some new tunes and moving that way.
Right on.
You got any in the works that you're extra fond of?
Actually, I mean, I don't typically say it, but I'm stoked on it.
Mm-hmm.
I am, man. I haven't been stoked on it this early, in a couple album cycles, a couple albums. So I think there's some good ones, and I like the vibe. It's feeling good. Like all the dudes are feeling good.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have had some kind of changes in lineup. Maybe there's some adjustment and getting the feel for each other and really becoming a unit.
Right. And we've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So That's a long damn time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
A lot of changes, a lot of life changes. We got kids, we got married.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that treating you? Good.
No, it's great. No, it's good. No, she's great. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. She's a sassy bitch, but I like it.
Excellent.
Good.
We both have rather sassy wives ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Well, you need a little something to keep you
you
straight.
Oh, mine keeps me on my toes for sure.
Yeah. Oh yes. That's necessary, especially with the kids too.
Mm. Yeah. How many kids you got?
I've got 2, but we started early. I got. I've been married for. How long have I been married?
96.
46. I've been married something like 25 years or something. And I'm like 40. I got a kid who's 21.
You got a kid that's 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were babies having babies. A long time ago, she was my high school sweetheart. So, yeah, we've been together ever since. So, yeah. I'm like 44, 45, something like that. I don't even know how old I am.
Yeah.
It's been so
old
children. And then I've got another one who's 11 in there. Gracie, she's running around.
Yeah.
The female one. Female one's mine.
Yep, I got one that's 9, and that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. I can't keep up with more than that one. He's a handful. You'll meet him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He'll tell you stories, I'm sure.
They've been really nice.
I'm actually surprised nobody's barged in and made like a stinky face, like, we need something in there.
Popsicles aren't frozen yet.
What are you guys?
Come freeze the popsicles.
When are you guys going to be done in there? We're going to watch a movie. There's not 4 other
We haven't been in there 6 hours, but we want to go in there because you're in there now. That's what we're going to hear.
It's raining. Are we going to set off fireworks?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My kid's too, and she's like, I shit my pants.
Nice.
Change my diaper.
Sometime, in some ways, though, that age was a little bit easier, I think, just in that regard.
They were more containable.
Yeah, they were more containable. Yeah. Looking for our eagle. We've got a big...
I see a crane down there.
We got a big bald eagle out there. 2 of them, didn't you?
Yeah, 2. I unofficially named them M and Erica. So it's just America.
That's good. So, that's well timed.
Well, it was the 4th of July, and there they were. It was kind of, yesterday morning you could see that like the fog was lifting. This is all fogged up over here.
This is fucking beautiful, man.
That's a beautiful view. I was sure surprised when I got here.
Yeah.
I was thinking just a rough little river cabin, but this.
I mean, we're paint the picture. Like we're up on a bluff.
Yeah.
We got the curve of the North Fork in front of us. We look across, and there's probably 100 round bales out here in a pasture.
Mm-hmm. Big old sandbar just right across from us.
The ridges.
Yep.
Walnuts.
So I'd actually been here before.
That's weird. You
give a nod to Miss Bowden. Yes.
So yep. So speaking of teachers, my mom was also a teacher, and
my teacher at West Plains High School, in the Ridge Runner class.
Yeah.
Along with Brian was in Ridge Runner as well.
Brian, so you're part of the paper there.
Yeah. I got some quality stories, I'm sure.
Collector's items.
They're going to be wanting to cover you guys soon, or have they tried to yet?
I think I remember getting reached out to. I can't remember if they wrote a story or not, though. Yeah. Miss Bowden was cool as hell. So my whenever I think of Ridge Runner, my main story is we were out selling them, selling a Ridge Runner, as you do in class. Though instead we stole my buddy's car, a friend's car, and this other guy that skipped class was driving, and he ended up going down an alley and driving over a bunch of trash cans. But the trash cans belonged to a cop, and he was sitting in his driveway and watched us do it. And he was also in his car. Yeah. So we took out all these cans, took a right, and at least one was lodged underneath this Lincoln. And it was just, like making the car was not driving smooth. And then we looks in the rearview mirror, and this cop pulls in behind us. And we're just like, play it cool, man, play it cool. As he's dragging his can down the road. And he immediately pulls us over. And, he's, just like, what do you know? Why is my trash can underneath your car? What are you doing out of school?
Right.
And, so we got the police escort back to the high school, and we had to call Miss Bowden down.
Oh no!
And she was so disappointed in Brian.
I bet
Brian was with me. We didn't want to rat out her friend, but she was pissed, and she ground us for like a month.
She's got like this silent move that is deadly.
It spoke more than if she was chewing us out.
Yeah, she could just not say anything and look at you and go, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. The disappointed face. She's got it. She can do that one.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah, it stings.
Yeah.
It does sting.
It does.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
She can do it over the phone, too. I don't know how.
Yeah.
She can totally
I can see
it.
that. Well, and she's caught me doing worse. But I won't go into those stories. I'm a little shaken right now thinking about it. Look, staring off the screen. Yeah. Disappointed face. It's, Let's not talk about the disappointed face anymore. No.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma. I actually kind of got my start in radio. I'm not doing for Ridge Runner, but we had the Creative Writing magazine in high school. And for some reason, I'm going blank on the name of it right now. But we kind of did the same thing and went through and tried to get like different businesses around the community to pitch in to sponsor our publication. And we hit the radio stations in town, and I just kind of had mentioned, I'd kind of like to do that. And it was a weird, I just got lucky all the way through with radio. It was just like the craziest, most random story. And they were like, yeah, we'll do it. And we're just trying to do this thing. Maybe we're like local teenagers, if they want to come in for a night and do a broadcast. You want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. So I came in, and this was Super Q at the time. I guess it's just KSBQ, but they were going by Super Q at that time. So I came in and did that, and then I went off to college right after that. And then the program director had moved to KDY, and I came back over spring break, and I was taking some comm classes, and I was like, I'm kind of learning about broadcasting and stuff. He's like, you need a job this summer?
Yeah.
All right. So he puts me on the air, and I got to do that job for a while, and it was just like this easy, crazy process all the way through with every radio station I ever worked at. There was some weird thing that came up. But when I got my job at the Planet, and I'll just tell this, I'll keep going because I like this story.
Okay.
It's total vanity. But the Planet, I'd been in school for Springfield for a while, and I really wanted to get back into radio. And this was the most underground station. We got paid in CDs and backstage passes, and we didn't get any money. It was a local,
shit. Sounds like a rock and roll band.
Yeah, it was really cool because it was this local kid,
and it was alternative station.
His dad had this piece of shit station that wasn't making any money at all, and he finally just talked to his dad and was like, Dad, just kind of let me do what I want to with this. And he had good taste in music, and he just brought it, and we were it was alternative, and we could play whatever we wanted as long as wasn't too profane, as long as we weren't going to get in trouble with the FCC.
Yeah.
And it fit format. It's really coming down out here now.
Yeah, it is, man. It's scary. I'm seeing lightning yet, though.
I'm thinking about that motorcycle ride home.
God. You got room to crash if you need to.
Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, carry on. Sure.
Yeah, so we could play whatever we want to. There's this freedom that you'll never ever see again in radio. We had so much fun doing it. But when I decided to audition or try to get the job, I tried to put together a demo tape, and I called up one day, and I was like, "So, are you guys looking for DJs?" And the guy on the phone was like, "Yeah, why don't you come in tonight? We'll talk about it." And it was actually raining kind of like this, and I'm knocking on the wrong door to the station, And I've got my tape, and I'm like, oh, come on. Answer the door. Of course, it's cassette tape. It's that far back. And finally, he comes to the door. He opens the door, and he's like, you Matt? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, hey, Matt, I'm Rick. Relax, man. You got the job. Come on in. And that was like the whole...
That's cool.
What? I don't know. It was cool. And I got to work there, and then they got bought out and actually had some funding, and I got to stick around with that. Then my next radio job at US 97, like kind of things went out. Like my boss at Channel Z had become like one of my workmates from the planet, and he kind of had like this chip on his shoulder. Like, no, I'm your boss now. And he had to like really emphasize that he was the boss now. And at first I was like, that's cool, man. After a while, you're being kind of a dick. So, and he didn't even have the balls to fire me. It was just like he stopped scheduling me.
Well, it was a short-lived station.
And I'm like, man.
It was fun. Like, I remember going on radio remotes for that station, though, too. It was fun just to hang out with, like, guys from, like The Urge or 311 and stuff.
We got to hang out with all kinds of people.
The local record stores, and yeah.
So, and John has kind of this, like, we both have like this wild mojo.
Yeah.
Like, we've been fortunate in who we got to hang out with.
With a lot of bands and party with a lot of bands, too, back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
For being nobody.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess that was the end with me. I was never really in broadcasting, anything like that. I was always around these guys. So, yeah.
Yeah. Then the next one was US 97, and Todd Holman, he was actually a pastor here for a little while. He kind of changed his life and was here. But I was a jury at the time and in the theater department, and I had just done like this show, The Fantastics, and one of the girls that I was in the show with, I called up, like I had met him at a remote, and he's like, oh yeah, give me a call sometime. So I call him up, and I'm on the phone with him, and I hear in the background, is that Matt? And it's like this girl that I was in this show with, and we got along really well, and I'm like, damn, I got this job.
Yeah.
And it just like worked out. And every job I had like that in radio, it was like something like that.
Pretty lucky.
Like, it's just like, why? I don't know. But it was fun. I feel like I was pretty lucky. But and then I sometimes like wonder, like with bands, like, is that what it's like sometimes for when it hits? It just kind of, it's this ride.
When it's like riding a bear, it's like riding a bear.
Yeah.
Either you're on top of him or he's mauling your ass.
Right.
But when you're on the top side, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And shit rides your way. You just get those flows.
Right. Like this break happened. How did this end? The breaks just keep happening.
I mean, Mojo's weird like that.
Yeah, it is. And I've always been real curious about it because, like, my dad was actually a musician.
Yeah.
He was a singer-songwriter. And it never panned out for him, right? And he was good.
Yeah, a lot of guys who grind gears for years and years and years. Yeah.
Right, and then other times it
usually
just
I can
happens
find. Usually I know people who are determined enough they can sometimes find a way to pay their bills with it. Just gigging, bars, things like that.
Yeah.
But not a lot of them. That shouldn't be much farther than that.
Yeah,
it's really great.
It's tough. I mean, I hope my kids don't. I mean, if they want to be musicians, all the best for them. But it's just like being an actor. I mean, it's a
tough gig, man.
It's a slog, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it back or change it. I wouldn't start over.
Right. Right. Are you at a point in your career where you don't have to have a second job? That sort of thing?
No, I mean, we tour, so this winter's, or this year's super light. So I maybe do 20 dates, 40 dates the whole year.
Yeah.
So yeah, most of our money comes from touring. Mm-hmm. So, so we, that's why I'm like, maybe I'm gonna make some booze.
Yeah, put it still together.
Yeah, find something that's still flexible that you can
save
do.
Money not buying it.
That's right. I'm gonna save a fortune immediately.
You're gonna be so proud of you, babe. Yeah.
You're gonna love how much money you're gonna save.
Going.
Just
drip. I'm just saving. Look, I just saved me $120. Put that in the bank.
Yeah, boy, it is
It's coming down, man.
It's a scene.
Maybe that's what drove everybody away this weekend. It's been kind of eerily quiet around here.
Yeah.
Where we are at Dock Mill Township out here near Tecumseh.
Mm-hmm.
For the 4th of July, we thought there'd just be, boat after boat after
Yeah,
boat.
we thought like this steady stream of canoes, and it's just like,
had a few yesterday.
Yeah, every 10 minutes or so, you might see.
Yeah, I think they're having this side, though. I think it's deeper.
Yeah, we probably can't
really
see them all.
down there, but...
Yeah, they would be, I think, going with that
Probably
curve.
hugging this side a little bit.
And we're not really watching up that way, so...
Yeah.
But this could have been what kept them away if everybody knew this was coming.
Yeah.
They were going to camp anyway.
It's going to wash out tonight.
Yeah.
Yay. This will be our final podcast. Someone will save this, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll recover the laptop like
Save the laptop!
We'll recover it like a black box as we slide down the hill. The mudslide.
Yep. Go stick it in the mailbox. Somebody will find it. Yeah.
How far do you got to go back?
I mean, back to WP, and I would probably start moving sooner than later.
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
enjoying that.
I'm having fun, but I totally want you to be safe, and you probably a little more light is probably better than a little less light.
Yeah. Luke came in by a motorcycle. Just so
nice looking little Triumph out there. Yeah.
Did a wheelie all the way here from West Plains.
Nice. That's impressive.
It was tough.
Yeah.
That's not, for anyone that is not familiar with the area, that is impossible. It is nothing but hills and curves.
Speaking of Kansas City, I bought that thing in Kansas City off Craigslist.
Oh, really?
A week later, and this is the first bike I ever had. A week later, drove it to California. Lived out there for a few years, going up down the coast. And then I rode it from California, Missouri, and then Missouri to New York City. And I ended up there for 5 years. And then, now it's back here with us.
Wow.
Well, you can't get rid of it now.
Oh, no, it's never going.
Well, what model's that?
It's a 07, but it looks like this the one from the 60s.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
solid
Italian, like touring.
Oh, yeah, I would have guessed it was older.
Yeah, no, it's just, it's
I was looking at that. That's cool.
Just runs like a top.
Yeah, they're cool. Nice bikes. I like Triumphs. Definitely do. Well, man, we can let you get on the road. It's dicey, though.
Yeah, if you want to talk, wait and see if it dies down, or if you want to go, whichever.
Check the radar. See what it's about to do.
I'm kind of excited about just fucking pulling
Just
into it.
blowing through it?
Right.
Yeah, man, I got shades on.
All right.
I got we got family in town.
Yeah.
I need to get back in and check in.
Well, we really appreciate
It's
you
been
coming
great.
out.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you
Been
guys
great
for
to
having
meet
me
you.
on.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really good talk.
I'm glad we were able to meet in person versus the
Yeah,
the
it
phone.
was
I think
good.
it's a better
It's
job.
a good hangout.
And if you're in
We can see
KC
each other.
or Columbia,
Yeah.
I'll be in I'll be in Columbia next month.
Oh, right on. Right on. I'll give you my info.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. All right, so you've been listening to Undetermined the podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. July 5th, 2019. Looks long.